this is Sam, the Frugal Hugel gardener. I'm standing here in front of one of my raised beds where I went ahead and planted asparagus 12 months ago, and I sowed the seeds in the house. So they went from sprouting from seed to planting in the bed. Now, besides making this raised bed and putting compost in it and then planting them, and for the first week I hand watered. I never watered, never fertilized, because there's good rich compost in there. So recently, for the past month or so, they've been shooting up some really good tasting asparagus. I've been harvesting them every other day, and every day more are shooting up. So today I went ahead and cleaned up some weeds that were growing in. As you can see, it's cleaner in here. I was just out here yesterday and harvest, and even though I was out here yesterday and harvest, you'll see I have more asparagus shooting up in different places. So if I take you and look around, there's more that are shooting up every day, and when they come up about 5 inches to a foot overnight. And by the second day, they're ready to harvest. So I can imagine once I put irrigation in here and start watering it, because the soil's a little dry. We've been having a really good drought in Florida, in the upper 90s above normal temperatures. There's been no rain for like 2 months, maybe a little drizzle for 10 or 15 minutes. That's it. So what I'm doing today on this raised bed, I have some tubing. I'm gonna run the tubing along just like I did this here from my watermelon bed. Now, the watermelon on this side is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I have the emitters marked with PVC pipe. And on this side, I have Ginger's Pride cantaloupe, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can see they're growing real nicely. They're being watered now by a timer. And if I go around and look in there, you can see that there's watermelons popping up all over. And there's new blossoms, so that means there's going to be new watermelons. And if I take the time and look, you'll see more little ones on the vines. Like if I come this way here, you'll see small ones popping up. So those are on the water. So I'm running this along the beds and then cutting it over to my spigot over here. And underneath this, I just put a timer. Now this timer has 1, 2, 3, 4 zones. 1 zone for each bed. Right now I have 2 zones. 1 for the watermelon and 1 for the cantaloupe, because the watermelon gets 4.2 gallons a day and everything else gets a gallon a day. So I'm going to connect another one over here and run it to my asparagus. I put this over it to keep the sun off of the unit. It'll last longer. I'm gonna go ahead and re-rig this and put this over here separate, so I still have my spigot, but I have to take that apart and get some fittings, but I'll be doing that shortly. So for right now, I want to go ahead and run this tubing from the bed all the way over there. So I decided, let me turn on the video and you can see how my asparagus and watermelon and my raised bed growing is doing. And I need to put water on it right now because they're going to do so much better. Even though they're doing great, I never water them. They're doing great. But with the water, irrigation, watering them every day, I think they're really going to start shooting up a lot of asparagus. I'll get back to you. Okay, so I went ahead and connected the tubing to the timer. and I went ahead and connected some irrigation into the raised bed. Let's check it out. Okay, so I took the tube and I ran it nice and neat right up here, and I put an elbow and an elbow with a stopper down the bottom, and I hooked on some line irrigation. You can see it here, and you can see the water coming out now. Now each one of these are 1 gallon an hour, so I have it set for a half an hour, so it gets a half a gallon in a half an hour. So as you can see, I ran it in between all of them all the way down, all the way to the end over here. Then I ran it all the way back up, if you can see, and then I came back to the middle, and this is the end, and I put a stopper in the end so the water don't come out, but the water's coming out every 12 inches. You can see water's dripping out. It didn't take long to get all this set up, but now my asparagus got water. See, like this water's coming out right there. That's water in this plant, that's water in that. Over here, this one's going to be water in that. I need to put a spike in the ground. So they have these spikes. You put it in the ground, and this goes in there and holds it in place. I just got to go ahead and finish putting these in. So now that you see that, you can see that the tubing runs nice and neatly all the way down. I got it in between these boards, that's why I left the gap. And then it comes over here to the timer, and I went ahead and put it right here. So we have my watermelon, we have the melon, and we have the asparagus right now. And I went ahead and set it on manually for 30 minutes, and it kicked on. So I'm going to put this back over. Okay, so there you have it. I have irrigation to my asparagus. It's going to come on once a day for 30 minutes. It'll give it a half an hour of water. I could always change that around to a half an hour in the morning, a half an hour in the evening, every other day. It doesn't matter. I'm going to see how it reacts to it, feel the soil, see how moist it becomes. Also, that unit there is on my cell phone, so I could check out what the irrigation's doing or reset it from my phone in the house anytime I want. So hey, this is Sam the Frugal Hugel Gardener. I hope you enjoyed my little video on irrigation from a spigot using an automatic timer with 4 zones, 1 zone for each one of my beds. And the 3rd zone is coming right over here to my asparagus. And you can switch the zones around just by moving the connection. So this could be 1, 2, 3, 4 or 1, 2, 3, 4. Right now I got 1, 2 on my melons and my watermelons, and number 3 on my asparagus. Once I get this completely set up, next season I'll just have melons here, and I'll have watermelon there and asparagus here, and then I'll do zone 1, 2, 3, 4. But for right now, the melons and the watermelon get different amounts of water, so that's why I got 2 zones right there. So hey, give me a like, give me a share, come on over to my Facebook group. The link is in the description below. Subscribe to my channel and you'll see some more of these neat little videos that I make. Hope to see you soon.